A friend of mine posted on Twitter that he has just noticed that things have become very unaffordable in Canada. In my mind, I was like, oh, really? It's now that you are just knowing that things are tough. That means you are very rich if you are just noticing now, because ordinary people have noticed months back, because prices have not just recently started increasing. Hi guys, welcome to Mikoko's Diary. Welcome back. Today, I'll be talking about money saving tips for new immigrants. I have 1, 5, 6 things that you can immediately do, that will save you money in Canada today. 6 things that you can immediately change, that will make things easier. Number 1 is cutting off unused services. I realized that in Canada, because of the way things are, we tend to accumulate subscription. Only you have Netflix, only you have Prime Video, you have Apple TV, of course, because you want to watch Silo and you want to watch government cheese, right? Only you have Paramount Plus. You have everything because you want to watch this, you want to watch that. You realize that you are subscribed to so many things. And if you look at that much you're spending on subscriptions, you're spending maybe about $150, between $100 and $150 every month on subscriptions. You should cut back on it, except you are rich, You should cut back on it. And these are things you can do, Aside subscription services, there are some other things that we pay for that we may not actually need, or we may not be using as much as we thought we are using them. For example, your cloud storage, you're paying for 5 terabytes, and when you check, you are using maybe barely 250 gig, or you are paying for 2 terabytes and you've not even used 250 gigs. Don't you think you are paying for unused service by that? What can you do? Check everything, check your subscriptions and systematically reduce them. If you are paying for, especially for phone plans too, that's another example. Phone plans, people have phone plan of up to 100 gig on their phone. Why do you need 100 gig data on your phone? Especially if you work from home or you work hybrid, so you don't really depend on your phone data plan most of the time. If you're at home, you're using your own Wi-Fi, so why do you need 100 gig data plan on your phone? I'm telling you, don't stop dashing them money, because if you are paying for unused service, you are just dashing the service provider money. Cloud storage, your subscriptions. Let's talk about it. Netflix, Amazon Prime, Paramount Plus, Apple TV, HBO Max, everything, you have it. All your PS Plus, or what's it called, or your Xbox Game Pass. You have Game Pass, but you only play your game. You only have time to play your game for 1 hour in a month or 1 hour in a week. You're wasting money because you're paying for service that you're not using. It's time to cut back on such services. Don't let me dwell too much on that. Now I want to talk about mobile phone service plans. The lady that posted on Instagram a few days ago our monthly expense, and everything was so on point, except for the fact that she said they pay $250 on mobile plans every month. $250 on mobile plans. Why are you paying $250 on mobile plans every month? Why are you giving Rogers, Bell, Telus, or whatever service you are using? Why are you giving them that much every month? What exactly are you paying for? If you're paying that much on your mobile plan, by tomorrow, pick up your phone and call your service provider and negotiate down that bill. Shop around and look for deals. There are ways to look for deals. If you don't know how to, let me tell you now how you can look for deals. There's a website called whistleout.ca. You go to whistleout.ca, go there and start looking for prices. There's a way to go about it, that you'll be able to choose the amount of data you require every month, and it will suggest to you good service plans that you can choose from. Call your service provider and tell them you want to reduce the price. If they don't agree, call another service provider and tell them you want to switch. It's as simple as that. You shouldn't be paying that much for phone services. Right now, at some point, I was paying $40 for my phone plan. I found another service that would give me, I think, 30 gigs data, free Canada, US, Mexico calls, international 100 minutes every month for $30. I did not even think twice before I switched. So, suggestion number 1, call around and, look for a cheaper phone plan, especially if you are not using the current one to the maximum. Number 2 is don't finance your phone plan with mobile providers. Since then, I've never financed my phone with mobile service providers. And whenever I want to buy a phone, I look for a cheap phone or something from the previous year. For example, when Google Pixel 9, when it came out, I was using Google Pixel 6, my second camera here. And I thought to myself, if I want to buy that, it's going to be very expensive. So what should I do? I bought the previous year version. So when Google Pixel 9 came out, automatically the prices of Google Pixel 8 dropped because people want to change their phone to the newest one. And it's a good time for me to buy Google Pixel 8. Then I did not even go to a phone shop, normal phone shop. I went on Facebook Marketplace and I was searching for Google Pixel 8. I was able to get my phone, it's a Google Pixel 8 Pro, on Facebook Marketplace for cheap because the person that sold it to me said himself and his wife just changed their phone to the latest one. Good for him and good for me too. Buy cheap phones, buy previous year models. Nobody's going to know that you're using what's it called now? iPhone 15, because iPhone 16 is out. Nobody's going to know. And once you own your phone, then it's very easy for you to change your service provider. If you see a cheaper service at a cheaper rate, you switch. The same thing with your home internet. At some point, I was using Rogers, and Bell came with a very good deal. They gave me $80 discount on their fastest connection. I think it's 1.5 gigahertz. It's fiber optics. It's very fast. That's what I'm using right now to stream. And they gave me with $80 off. I jumped at it. And if tomorrow the price increases and their competitor comes, I will jump again. You shouldn't be loyal to any service provider. Okay? Yeah, that's about mobile phone plans. Tip number 3, money saving tip for new immigrants in Canada is don't pay bank fees. So, banking in Canada is different than what we used to have in Nigeria. Back home in Nigeria, there's nothing like monthly bank fees. Although I know we used to have COT, or which later changed to current account maintenance fee and all that. But here in Canada, it's not even called that. It's just fees, monthly fees for opening an account with them. You have to pay fees. Now, if you're a new immigrant in Canada, you must try as much as possible to avoid paying this fee. What do you need to do? Call your bank and ask them for a fee rebate or a fee waiver. A lot of them would give you a waiver because you are new in Canada. Yeah, just because you are a newcomer in Canada, they will give you a waiver. They can give you a waiver for 12 months or for 2 years. So make sure you're not paying fees. Another thing is, if you call them and they say that, oh, we can't give you this, you can ask that, okay, what do I need to do? What do I need to do in order for you to waive my fees, my monthly fees? Some of the banks will tell you that, okay, if you want us to waive your fees, you should have maybe minimum of $5,000 in your account. It's an option. Look for that $5,000. I know it sounds crazy, but whatever they ask you to do, try as much as possible to achieve it so that you're not paying fees. Because if you're paying, for example, $10 fees every month for using a bank, for keeping your money with them, you're paying them $10 every month. Does it even make sense? That means you'll be paying $120 in a year. And I think a lot of those banks, their fees is like $11, So don't do it. Make sure you speak to them, ask them for a fee rebate. Tell them, what do I need to do for you to give me a rebate on my for the monthly fees? And they will tell you. Some of them would ask you to open a savings account or open an investment account, maybe something like a TFSA, So why not? If that is what you need to do in order to save some money, why not open a TFSA, open a GIC, an investment, as low as $500, and you're able to, waive the fee. You're saving yourself at least $120 every year by so doing. So make sure you're not paying bank fees as a new immigrant in Canada. Call your bank today and ask them for a waiver or a rebate. Open a savings account. Some of them would even ask you to, do your direct deposit to us, your salary, let it be coming into this account. Then we won't charge you a fee. Why not? Do it. At the end of the day, you're saving some money. Another thing you can do is to open a non-brick and mortar bank account. By non-brick and mortar, I mean not those big banks like RBC, like TD, CIBC, all those big banks. Open any of these new banks that you just have to download a mobile app, like EQ Bank. EQ Bank is my favorite one because they have a very good rate. An account with EQ Bank, it's free, and you won't be paying any bank fees. There are other ones like that you can do. So don't pay bank fees. Save some money. This is tip number 3. Now let's talk about home utilities and other services. Some of you, myself included at some point, I just pay my bills. I don't check it. You get a bill, the hydro company or the gas company, they tell you, oh, you're owing us for this month, you're owing us 90. A lot of us already, we've even put our credit card. We've put our credit card on it permanently, such that, every month they will just remove it from our credit card. Don't do that anymore. It's good that you can set it for auto payments with your credit card, but make sure you look at your bill. Your bills come in. Yes, you'll be surprised. They make mistakes too because they are human. Some of us have that wrong assumption that, oh, this is Canada now, things are working. This is a working system. This is a sane society. You'll be surprised. Yes, Canada is a sane society, but that does not mean human beings don't make mistakes. So every time you get your bill, take a moment to check it, read through it. For example, I recently got a bill from Bell, and I realized that they increased my internet bill by $6. And they told me, when I was complaining, why would you increase my bill by $6? They said, but we've informed you before. We informed you 3 months ago. I missed it because I did not check that bill. Because from my bill 3 months ago, they wrote it there, one tiny line, that, on so date, we'll be increasing your bill by $6. Another example was when we just moved to our house. We were getting bills from the gas company, and we would just pay. Then one day I said, okay, what is even in this bill? Then I realized that I was paying for one maintenance fee like that, like $10 maintenance fee. I did not even know that I was paying it, And I just called them like, look, I don't need this maintenance because you're charging me maintenance fee of, say, $10, which sums up to $120 in a year. The service, if I want to do what's that maintenance fee, the maintenance fee is for them to come and check the furnace to see maybe the furnace is working fine. It's not as if something breaks in the furnace that I won't have to pay for it. It's not warranty. It's just maintenance fee. Meanwhile, if I was not paying them that $10 and I just wake up one day and I call somebody to come and check my furnace, it's still $120. So why am I giving them money every month? If it is the same amount, they're not saving me anything. So I removed it. I told them I don't want. Whenever I want to do my maintenance, I'll pay for it. If I did not check my bill, there's no way I would see that. So make sure you look at your bill. And when you look at your bill, make sure you understand what you are paying for. Make sure that you are using the service that you are paying for. If it is a service you are not paying for, don't hesitate to call your service provider and look, I don't want this service. And if you think the amount you are paying is a lot, you'll be surprised by how much discounts you can get by calling your service provider. So call up that gas company and tell them that, oh, why am I paying this? Or call up your maybe it's your hot water tank rental company and tell them that, look, I don't want this. You'll be surprised how much discount they can give you. The same thing for your phone bills. Call them up that, look, this is too expensive. Is there a discount somewhere you can do for me? If you don't give me a discount, I'll move somewhere else. And you'll be surprised. They would be willing to, give you some discounts just so they can maintain you as a client. Let's talk about clothing and shoes. As the immigrants in Canada, oh boy, look, one disadvantage already in Canada is that the brands or the kind of clothes that are here, they are not even, I don't know how to say it, they are not good enough, or you don't have enough options. You don't have enough options of good clothing brands, So that's even one disadvantage already. So if you're coming from Nigeria, you're coming from the UK, come with your quality clothes. Shopping in Canada is the ghetto. From the UK or from the US if possible, But make sure you're not spending so much on clothing, because you'll be surprised that those clothes will not last. And because this country is a very cold country, it's cold for most part of the year, you'll be surprised you're wearing sweater and wearing jackets almost every day. So all those your designer clothes, nobody will even know that you have designer clothes. So save your money, right? And if you don't want to spend so much money, go to Winners, go to Marshalls, go to thrift stores. Winners and Marshalls especially, it is not an ad for them. They carry good brands and you see them at reasonable prices. Save some money on clothing and shoes, okay? And last but not the least is about car. Well, this one also speaks to me, and I'm trying my best to reduce my expense on car ownership, right? Buy your gas from the cheapest place possible. If you have Costco membership, buy your gas from Costco. Time your visit to Costco to when your gas is almost finished, so you can refuel at Costco, right? There's an app. Someone it's in that video I made about mobile apps for new immigrants. Gas Buddy. Download it so you can see cheap. You can see prices of different gas stations around you. And one other thing is, gas is cheap at night. You'll be surprised that if you go late at night, gas prices are cheaper. Free tip for you. One last thing is use reward cards. Most of these gas stations, they have some sort of reward programs. Make sure you tap into it. Little there, little here. At the end of the day, it's become something big, So that's it. 6 ways, that you can immediately save money as an immigrant. 6 ways that you can immediately save money as a new immigrant in Canada. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.